Hi everyone, welcome to your pick a card reading for September. I am so excited to be doing this reading for you today, and to be honest, it almost didn't happen because I don't know what's been going on with my brain, but the dates have just been like not meshing well together. I knew it was the end, like I'm filming this the end of August obviously, but like for some reason in my head it's like I thought that the end of the month was next week. So I don't know. Anyway, so here is your, I'm glad that I reminded myself though. But yeah, here is your pick a card reading or pick a deck reading for September, the month of September. I'm so excited to be doing this, guys. I love giving readings, I really do. So if anytime you feel like you want to, like during this reading, you feel like you need more details, you need to go more in depth about a certain thing, or you just feel like you really resonate with something and it's kind of like you're wanting to scratch that itch, please book a reading from me. It would mean the world to me. I would absolutely adore and love it. So yeah, so we have 3 groups here. Obviously we have this. I'm so happy because like I haven't done this before ever on my channel, but we're doing fossils today instead of crystals, which is that makes me so happy. Like it's scratching my geo brain so good right now. But yeah, we have this ammonite here. We have this orthoceras, I think that's what it's called. And then I always forget the name of this fossil. Like I just can't, like, I know it starts with an O. I think it is orthoceras. But the like actual pronunciation always escapes me. And then we have this cute little shark tooth here. So yeah, so just pick your deck and whichever one just like really is calling out to you. Oh my gosh, whatever fossil is just really just like, you know, bringing that energy to you, pick that one and we will go with you know, we'll continue on with your reading. So the ammonite group is going to be first, then the orthoceras, and then the shark tooth group will be last. And as always, at the end of readings, I will be giving a little oracle card reading to everyone, but I just got the urge to just like pick one now to see like what everyone else is like going to be going through, like, you know, as a group, like what's the collective energy here. I don't know why I got that urge. I've never done that before in any of my pick a readings or pick a deck, sorry, readings. So let's see what we got. Cacao, initiation. Oh my gosh, I love this. We got this actually last reading. Oh, okay. We got this actually last reading, but I forget what group it was for, but I do remember that this card is like, I got a little bit too excited and I started like jumbling my words up. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so basically this whole September is going to prepare you for, you know, just like something that's, you know, you've been like basically been training for all the way up until this point. So I'm really happy and really excited. We have the autumn equinox coming up as well, which could be some sort of initiation. You know, the veil is then during the fall sort of months and everything, especially, you know, during spring equinox to Halloween and, you know, through that time. So it could just be like you are entering your spiritual era, or you're just going to be really connected with like your ancestors, your spirit guides, or just like your higher self. You know, you're really entering into an era of just like, I don't know, it's something new, something exciting. It's like you're going to be completely changed. For some people, I'm hearing cult. Be wary of cults. This is not something that you want to be like a part of. So if anything feels a bit like culty, you know, a little bit too good to be true, trust your intuition. That's another thing that's going on in my head. Your intuition is going to be a huge part. So you should definitely be more intuition led, I feel like, instead of like being like logically led this month specifically. Even though it is Virgo season, like Virgo season is for like the good part of the month, I would suggest leading with your intuition rather than heavily relying on the logic that's present with us during Virgo season. But that is just, you know, for like your, you know, groundbreaking, like life-changing events that are happening or that you can identify. I think identify is really the key word here. You need to have that intuition in order for you to identify where you need to take opportunities, where you need to leave them, etc., etc. So then you can, after you've identified all of this, you can move with logic if you feel that, if you feel the need to during this Virgo season. But one thing that I will say is that you need to be feminine. Obviously, like, it's Virgo season. I keep saying it's Virgo season, but like, I'm a Virgo rising, so this is very, very important for me. Virgos are very, very, like, think of like the Queen of Swords in this instance. Very intellectual, very giving off this siren, you know, like, will read a bitch to filth. But also, like, she's very caring, like a very caring, giving person, but it's in the way where like it's structuralized. Like, this is mother you're talking to, like, and not like the nurturing kind. She's a little bit strict, but you know, you're gonna be set up for life if you listen to her and her advice. So yeah, with this, I'm seeing you're leaning more into the feminine side of the mercurial energy, I see, because, you know, we have Gemini energy, which to me always gave very masculine energy for like Mercury and stuff. So with this, I want you to really be feminine and really lean into like what's between the lines here. Oh my god. I'm going too into depth for everyone, but like, yeah, so read between the lines, use your intuition to guide you, and then lead with logic during this time. But that's the final message, because I don't want to go in too deep. I'm reading, guys. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was ready. I like I said, I completely forgot about, you know, doing all of this, but like it just turned on like that, so love that for me. Anyway, we're going to start with ammonite group. So everyone else, if you want to like watch everyone else's readings, you can absolutely do that. I encourage it, you know, obviously, but also there are chapters in the description, so you can skip to your group whenever you feel like it. So yeah, let's start with the ammonite group. So ammonite group, let's see what you got. We have Judgment, King of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Emperor. You are in your masculine era. You are getting shit done, and I love that. Like, this is such like, for me, what I'm seeing here is that this is like such like, you have a goal in mind. You are now creating that plan. You are now creating that plan. You are now like leading yourself into just like, you know, your era of triumph, and it's going to happen fast. Like, we're acting now. So we have Judgment here. Judgment is just really about like being clear, concise, you know, everything like that. But also there's this other side of Judgment where it's just like coming from, you know, ill will and stuff, and not really, you know, you're not really focused on like the true like picture. Like, you're not focused on the truth itself. You don't want to lead from that logic. You want to make sure that you have all of your receipts, you've done your research thoroughly. And by research, I don't mean just like looking up articles and stuff that are like leaning towards a certain, you know, position and stuff. Like, do like legitimate research, have thoroughly analyzed your plan, and just like be really, really, I want to say like prepared in a way, because this is going to mean like so much for you in terms of your win. You want to make sure that you have everything down in order to end up here. So then we have King of Wands here. So this is like, yes, your first, like this is like your first week of September. So now we have King of Wands here. This is kind of like passion is coming into my head for some reason. So yes, passion is coming up here. We also have like a leadership, like being able to lead and stuff. But another thing that I want to say, because honestly, like, hold on, let me like look at this closer, because I think I'm seeing what I'm seeing. But you see how all these people are in like the wings and like the tails, like, you know, it's like a fire type of like illusion-y thing, and there's people that are going to be behind you. Like you are going to be in charge of something. And with this power, obviously comes responsibility. You need to lead in a space that is honest. Do not be deceptive. Do not be manipulative. You need to lead from the source. You need to lead from, you know, bravery, courage. You need to lead with integrity, whatever that is. Even if you aren't leading a group of people, it could be that, you know, you have your ancestors behind you. You are literally leading your bloodline into the next level. And that's something that's very powerful. You need to respect it. You need to hold it to a higher standard of reverence. And you need to just really like hone in on that and realize that it's you. It's not anybody else, it's you, and you need to accept it. There's a level of acceptance here. There's a level of like just coming to terms with who you are in this I don't know, culmination of energy, I guess. And another thing is there's a lot of like sky imagery. We have clouds, this is the lotus, my favorite flower, by the way. We have rebirth and an energy in this, which obviously is great. And then we have the sun equals success. Obviously there's a bird in the sky, and then we have another bird, but we'll get to the Eight of Wands next. But yeah, there's just a lot of sky energy here. So one of the things that I want to say is that this is not really a time for you. Yes, you do need to be grounded, but you need to be swift. You need to take action, and you need to sort of be in this idyllic state, because you already are like kind of already grounded with your plan. You're already moving with a sense of direction. Now is the time for you to be creative, like be innovative, and, you know, make moves that no one else is making. This is obviously a passion project, so you need to be leading from the heart. You need to be leading with that fire in you. Because yeah, this is just going to be something that's going to be fully encompassed is the word that I'm getting. Like it's going to be this is a very like integral part of your life. I don't even know if that's the right word I'm using, but it's like going to be a very concrete part. Like a very, like you can look back on this and realize, oh shit, that's what was happening. You can look back on it and be like, okay, yeah, that's what actually got me there, because this is definitely energy that gives, holy shit, let me breathe. Sorry, sometimes when I do readings, well, a lot of time when I do readings, it's just like, it all comes out of me. I don't have time to stop and breathe, because like I'm just channeling and channeling and channeling. It's just, anyway. But yes, with this King of Wands, make sure to lead, be honest, and, you know, be innovative, have that sort of creativity to you, as well as, see, oh my gosh, hold on, I'm seeing stuff, but the initiation, literally you are having a rebirth moment, and you're like rising up like a phoenix. Literally, this is what's going on. And I don't even know, like, even the bird energy here. So I would definitely, like, during this time, I would look to, like, the sky, look to specifically, like, flying things for your omens, but just anything in general that's happening in the sky. Use that as your omens that you're on the right track. Now, don't go like seeking out for them and stuff, but if you need an answer, if you're like kind of stuck in a situation, you need like, you know, to know if you're like, you know, going through like the right thing, or you're just, you know, you chose the right opportunity and stuff, look towards this guy. But anyway, your third week, you are actually manifesting. You should honestly manifest in the third month. Like, just like regardless of like what I'm like the message that I'm sharing, but you need to manifest in the third month. Do your magic, work your magic. In the third week of September, this is going to be a really strong and powerful time for you, and so make sure you are getting what you want, or like you have like an idea of what you want during the earlier part of the month, and then in the third week, manifest. Oh my god, you're gonna be so powerful during this time. I'm so happy for you, genuinely. Anyway, so yes, you're going to be manifesting as like this sort of like leader, creator, emperor or empress at this time. Like, you're just giving ruler, and in a good way too, like Augustus Caesar maybe, or Cleopatra, because those were like really good leaders. Anyway, yeah, you're gonna be leading a lot during this time, and so you need to, like, at this point you are manifesting quickly as this person, and you will see yourself become that person in the end of September. But here I really want to focus on how quickly this change is going to happen, how quickly all of the things that you're working towards is going to be happening. The third week of September is going to be a transition period, and you need to find some sort of grounding. And you see how everything is just sort of like coming to the ground. That's because everything that you've worked towards up until this point, it's going to manifest so quickly into your timeline. You're not even going to be able to, like, you'll be able to recognize it, but you won't know like where it came from. It'll like be as if it appeared out of thin air. And that's the crazy part about all of this, is that you might have been in like this stagnant place. You might have been in this area of just like I don't know, like you're just stuck and you're just like moving through the motions and stuff. But all that work, all that introspection that you did in like the previous times, it's manifesting like tenfold here. So whether it was good or bad or whatever, it's going to come back to you, or just to you if you never had it previously, but you've been wanting it, needing it, whatever in your life. It's going to come to you here in the third week. In the fourth week, we have the Emperor, and here you're going to be very solidified. Everything is just going to be just like smack down, like sword and stone type of vibe, like literally here. Anyway, it's going to be very much just like here, like physical. It's going to be real. So you are going to have like a sense of structure. Also, that leadership that you have just been manifesting, it's still present here. So you're definitely like still in that area of like, I'm getting shit done, I'm benefiting others, I'm taking the lead, I'm taking the initiative to do shit, and just, you know, put things back on track. So this is the final week of your September, and that's pretty much all that I got. I know the fourth week is going to that was a bit of a short reading, but it just, everything is already said. Like, this energy just kind of like, it just echoes each other. So I feel like the fourth week is just you kind of like resting in your new place, resting in your new position, and, you know, this new era that you're in, kind of like a move-in day, almost, but you still need to take, like, you might start getting comfortable and stuff like that, that's fine, but you still need to take bold action during this time, because, you know, anybody can take your space, you know what I mean? And I don't mean that for, like, as like a fear-mongering thing, like you need to be aware of like whatever, because there's no like indication of that. but you should always have gratitude and always, it's like a man trying to keep a woman or like to love a woman. You will never actually have her unless you continue to do the things that got you that woman in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, you have to continually seek out how to re-solidify that relationship. So whatever it is that you were planning and stuff, whatever it is that you were like, I don't know, manifesting or trying to make happen, you need to be able to solidify this into your life and continue to find ways to just like build your empire. So yeah, that is your September reading, and let me pull a oracle card for you. I'm gonna do the top one. Rue, protection. We have a line here. We have the sun. Very much getting sun energy. So yeah, I would do, obviously, you know, you would need to do some protection work here. Just because you like, there's a lot of movement. Things are moving very fast during September for you, and you need to kind of like have that layer, because you're not going to be looking every which way. You're not going to be really paying attention to any sort of like, I don't know, sketch stuff that's happening around you. So it's really crucial that you are like, you know, up on your protection, I don't know, like efforts and stuff. Like if you have any protection spells that you do, or any sort of like charm that you wear or anything like that, like make sure that you are protected during September. Another thing that I'm, especially like with, you know, your energy, because this is just, you know, you have a lot of it to give. It's very powerful at this point. You don't want people leeching off of it, so beware of vampire energy and stuff. But another thing that I'm getting here is that you are going to be filled with so much vitality, like so much life energy. It might get a little bit chaotic, so take that time to like really protect yourself in the sense of bringing yourself back down to earth, like have self-care days and stuff, and really just like do things that make that energy like kind of like mellow out, because it might end up giving you some type of anxiety, or like stresses might be high and stuff. So make sure you do work to get your cortisol levels down and really just like kind of like relax your nervous system during September. And yeah, that is your reading. And if you want a more in-depth reading, please book with me. It would be like, it would literally make my day. So please book with me. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to move on to the orthoceras group. So we have the orthoceras group next, and I'm very happy to be doing this reading for you guys. I'm very grateful, and I just want you to know that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have that 7 of Cups again, guys. I don't know if you are the same person, if you were in the same group that got the 7 of Cups last time, what is going on with you guys? But I mean, like in a good way, you know what I mean? Anyway, so at least I hope it's in a good way. So we have these cards here, and to me it's giving very much hero's journey at some point. I don't know, this is very progressive in a sense that like every week you are going to be going through something very different from the last, but they're all very cohesive. Like you're going on another journey, or just like a journey in general. So we have the 4 of Coins here for your first week. This is going to be very like you're starting off this month in a very secure way. You're kind of being stingy. You have this vulture over you. While you are like, it seems to be protecting you, keep in mind that it is a vulture. Meaning don't be in a place of stagnation for too long, because it will drain you. It will like eat you up, and eat you alive. So you need to move through this stagnation that you're in, through this, like, I don't know, this false sense of safety. You need to move through it into, so you can enter this stage of your life next. Which is basically your beginning, for whatever else is coming through, within the next month or two. So this, you're just like getting out of this situation for me, it feels like. And this is really where you need to be focused. Well, like, you need to be focused here, because if you don't do anything, it's just not going to happen. So make sure you get out of this stagnation, make changes, make movements, build momentum, so that you can embrace your second week of September, which we have the Ace of Swords here. Now, what's really catching my eye is not like the sword at all, but it's the web. It's the net that you're in that's really just like, it's speaking out to me. And there's like a lot of things that are coming up specifically, but one thing that is really coming up for me is that you now have a tool to break loose from your capture. You know what I mean? Like, you now have like the means to be able to start doing stuff. You have the means to be able to save yourself. So I don't know, this situation just got really dark and deep. But this is for whoever is going through like an abusive relationship, or you're going through some sort of like emotional turmoil caused by a person or persons. This is specifically for you. You need to gain your courage to escape and flee, to change the situation that you are in. And it might just be like you are just emotionally not stable enough, or maybe you have an attachment to said person, but there's like family members around them that are just like attacking you left and right. You have the ability to get out of that in the second week, but what we see here is that you're kind of fiddling with that. You're kind of like, I don't know. It's like the fear of the unknown is kind of like swallowing you whole. And this interpretation of the Chariot based on this decision, it can really go left or right real quick. Either this Chariot could mean that you are triumphant, you've taken back the reins, and you're just like moving now with this sense of independence, a sense of freedom, this sense of power, and you've like regained your free will and your personal power. Or you could be triumphed by that other person or those other people that are actively, attacking you and being aggressive towards you in a sense, and just really just breaking you down. You could be trampled by them and swallowed whole. Now that is, solely based on how you act in the third week. And this is what I'm saying, like, it's giving journey, meaning that you are going through a story, you're going through a lesson. It's kind of like a children's book, a fable, if you will. Will you or will you not succeed? Hopefully, seeing this video, you take this warning that you need in order to, oh my gosh, to triumph. Anyway, the image that just came in my head is freaking Sucker Punch. Do you guys know that movie? It's like one of my favorite movies ever. But Sucker Punch is literally what the fuck is happening here. I don't know. Guys, if you have not watched this movie and you're a part of this group, you need to watch it. I don't care if you think it's cringy or whatever. There's a message in this movie that's waiting for you specifically. And even if you have watch it again, because you need to like see it with like open eyes with this new information, and really just, you know, take in the message that was meant for you. But Sucker Punch comes to mind specifically because you have all the tools you need, and whether or not you make the right decisions, like, things can go wrong, and you basically have to fight your way out. Like, even here, the tool that you have is a freaking sword. You have to fight. And if you're too, you know, reserved, if you're too, you know, cowardly to make that movement, then you won't do it. See, because we don't see any action here. So you are given this opportunity, you're given this new beginning for you, like this new space, this new option. But here you're just like, I don't know. And it's like, I kind of hate and love this for you at the same time, depending on what you choose. It's kind of just like, you have your tools, and whether or not you choose to fight depends on, like, that's what's going to determine your outcome. One thing that I will say is that, I don't know about you guys, but this boat thing that he's riding kind of looks like a peacock. And it could be that you have to get here to be like triumphant or anything, but again, take this in the reverse as well, because it could just be the other way depending on this. It looks like a peacock, so you might have to put on a mask, you might have to act your way out of the situation. You know, maybe the sword is not like physical fighting, maybe it's battle of wits, maybe it's, you know, manipulation behind the scene with you like putting on a face, being good with your words, just being good just enough to be able to weasel yourself out of the situation. Or it could be the other way. Maybe someone else is like being this sort of like secret agent, double agent behind the scenes, and they're trying to get you to stay in that place that's not serving you anymore. That may be sort of like a toxic environment, and that's not what you want at all. So again, like, I don't know, instead of just it being like week by week, I see this being like coming together, especially these two. You recognize that you're in a place that you no longer need to be in. You recognize that it may be a little bit on the, you might be vulnerable in this space, and you realize it might not be the best for you anymore, and you're kind of like figuring your way out, and you are presented with this gift, this key, this tool to help you. This though, and like, I don't know, it's like split into half. You know, instead of it being like 1, 2, 3, 4, which is how it was with the other group, it's kind of like these two are going hand in hand. Like first half, second half, not 1, 2, 3, 4, because like it could just be like they are happening at the same time, and that's what it feels like. Like, well, I guess it'd be more like this, because this decision is separate from. It's like it goes into this, but it's definitely separate from this. So, guys, I feel like, I don't even know, like, this is such a fickle space, and so I guess here would be your, how this card comes back to you is that you need to really trust in your guides, trust in your higher self in order to make this decision, you know, hone that intuition. Because that's really what's going to help you during this time. If you have like a grandmother specifically, go reach out to that grandmother, because they are really trying to search. Like they're going to help you. They're going to have all the things that you need. We have 2 7s here. So it's kind of like an incomplete version of the 777. So people are trying to reach out to you, specifically your guides, your ancestors and stuff, but you're just not hearing them during this time, or you're just like, there's things inhibiting you from hearing their, you know, their warnings, their messages, their guidance and stuff. So make sure that you are really taking into consideration your own intuition and lead from that space during this time, because things are going to be very much like, it's going to be an illusion, and you're not going, what's happening in the eye is not what's going on. You know what I mean? You cannot trust your vision during this time. You need to hone in on your mind's eye and be very vigilant, and really take things in piece by piece in order to be able to just escape the situation that you are in. And so yeah, that is your reading. I'm very blessed to be able to give you this information, because I feel like it's very much needed. I sent that, you know I sense that gratitude, the depth of this reading before I even started. So I'm just so grateful to be able to give this to you, to be this messenger for you. But let's pull out this oracle card and see what you need. Let's see. It's not coming out. Maybe I said all I need to say. Sometimes that's just, it is what it is, but let's see. Motherwort, strength. Yes, pull from that womb, girl. Oh my gosh, yeah, you need to really focus on harnessing the bloodline, you know, like the strength from your bloodline. Call upon your ancestors, call upon your grandmother specifically. If you were ever having any sort of doubt, any sort of, you know, like you're having lack in your confidence or anything like that, call upon these people that are obviously always there for you. We have the lion here as well, but this lion is more so tamed. If you look in the last, if you watched the last script, you know that they had a lion as well, but this lion is much more tamed, much more just kind of like, you know, pack of the pride type thing. Like, you're just safe within your family, but you have to know where your family is. This feels very familial to me, you know, because instead of like, this vulture is treating this child like their eggs. Anyway, yes, very familial. Anyway, guys, when I channel, it's like things are coming in like left and right. I'm so sorry. But yeah, one thing that I will say, another thing is, if you're a woman in the situation, you have to rely on the fact that you have to rely on the fact that you need to kind of like play the fawn. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like fawn your way out of the situation, but play the fawn and then be the lion behind that fawn. You know what I mean? Like, that's where that acting is kind of like coming in. You need to sort of like still think that you are what they think you are. Or sorry, not think, but be who you are. Sorry, be who they think you are. Sorry, no. What I'm going to say is, you need to act as how they think you are. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, and really just connect and ground yourself during this time. Because again, you're not going to know what's what. Everything is an illusion. You're going to be like in a environment of smoke and mirrors during pretty much this whole week until like here. And whether or not you are on the upper end of this card or not, that's, you know, completely up to you and your decisions. So yeah, that is your reading for the month of September. I hope that you take this warning, take this information, and please apply it to your life. Again, I am so deeply grateful that I'm able to give you this, but you know, even with all this information and stuff, I can only be the messenger, you know. You have to take the action in order for this to, you know, come out in your favor. So I hope that you do listen, and I hope that you do actually act on the advice that's given. If you need any more like an in-depth reading and stuff, please book below in my description. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will move on to the shark tooth group. Hello, beautiful, beautiful shark tooth group. I am so happy to be giving you this reading, so thank you so much for choosing me to give you your forecast for the month of September. What we're going to do is lay these cards out and see, oh my gosh, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? Okay. No, look, this is some dark energy, I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's going to get better, and you're going to have like a really, it's like half and half type of situation, you know what I mean? Maybe you're coming out of like this, you know what? I think you might be caught in crossfire here. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought because something just popped up in my head. I'm examining this card more, and I'll get back to what I was saying later, but I'm examining this card more, and it's looking like you are either caught in a crossfire or it's staged to look like you were caught in a crossfire, because these are typically like tools used for whale hunting, if I'm not mistaken, and that's like also a native tool used to like cut up blubber, I think, for consumption. I think it's called a woman's knife, or I forget like the actual native term, but I think its common term is called a woman's knife, because they use it in the kitchen to cut up all that flesh. So it could like, but that was used for murder instead of like nourishment, you know what I mean? So it looks like you were either caught in a crossfire or someone is sabotaging you behind your back, and it's like gotten to you. Oh my gosh, it's gotten to you. And you could no longer have prevented it. You were just like a victim of the situation, which is not great, and I'm so sorry. But we have 5 of Swords here. Sorry, before I get back to that, but this is what's going on in your first week. And you look like you're drowning, you're actively like, but you're already dead, you know, you've already been cut. You're not drowning, you're just kind of like struggling for your life at this point, like, if that makes sense. Like, you were already cut, you were already wounded and stuff, and you're not drowning, you're just kind of just like dead at this point. And I don't mean that you're going to die, I mean that you have been defeated. And it's okay. We all take L's, you know what I mean? In fact, it is actually giving betrayal, now that I think about it, because that's why I was moving on to this card, because it is giving betrayal and you were actively defeated. And you're going to find out who did this to you, because obviously they're anonymous right here, but you're going to find out who did this to you the second week. So everything will be uncovered, the truth will be unveiled for you, and you're just going to have to deal with it. You're going to become a hermit the third week, because obviously, or like after you figure out what, like, who it is and whatever it is, because obviously you've been betrayed and now you're like skeptical of everybody, and you need like to step back, you know, you need to fall back and really just, you know, focus on yourself, do some introspection, figure out who's who all around you, friend or foe, and you know, just, you need to do basically a detox of life in all aspects here in the third week. And it feels like all of this is coming together, specifically this and this. It's gonna be like this, but kind of, this is completely different energy than what we see, so it's kind of like 1 and 2 and 3. And then we have 4, you know, like everything's going to be happening very fast within the first 2 weeks of September for you. And then your hermit era is going to pop up, and you're going to be in recluse, but it's like a direct consequence of like all of these things going on. So it's very much closer to this than it is to this. So I feel like this towards the end of the month for you, like maybe towards like the last couple of days, like 5 or 4 is really popping up in my head. But yeah, you need to really be focused on protection during this time. And I'm feeling like this again for you is trusting your intuition. How this connects back to you is, look, this is going to be a very pivotal time and point of your life, and you need to be really trusting your intuition during this time, strengthening it, because obviously it failed you beforehand. You know, obviously you weren't listening to it beforehand. So you need to really tap in here and to be cautious of who's around you. And you kind of see like this is you're getting like a new lease on life after this, you know, but you just won't see it because you'll be hurt. You will be grieving a relationship that you once had, and you know what? It's okay, because people change, seasons change, things change. But you specifically are going to be changing, and you are going to be changing for the better. We see this Hermit, and what we're really focusing on here is how everything, though it's dark, though it's kind of like a little bit like moody and melancholy and stuff, you're very much surrounded by life imagery. You know, you're surrounded by like vitality and things that are going to uplift you during this time. So take this moment seriously. When you fall back and use this time, you know, as like basically your glow up period. I don't mean to like get back at them, but really for your own benefit, so you can see who's who, and like, you know, just really, you know, go on throughout life in a better light, in better situations. So learn from your mistakes here. Do a lot of journaling and stuff. Do a lot of introspection and reflection during this time. And again, strengthen your intuition, because you are going to need it. Heavily, you're going to need it. And then we have Page of Wands here. You're going to have this era of playfulness, and it's going to be very cute for you. You're going to learn how to live life again, trusting that things will go out. You're going to become like maybe childlike, in the sense that you're exploring things, you're getting excited about things again, but you're just going to be very playful, very just inviting, very, you know, just, you're going to have fun, and you're going to realize that you've been through all this, and it's time for you to have fun. It's time for you to go out and, you know, have some you time, be excited about life, because life is about journeys, and life is about being excited about experiences. So you're going to be excited again, and it's going to be very, very a nice, good time for you. Another thing is, you might release some old beliefs here. You might believe some familial beliefs here, especially if this was like you know, someone in your family like betrayed you or something like that. Or maybe just like familial belief that you were holding on to caused all this, you know, stuff to happen. You were holding on to a faith that didn't resonate with the situation that you were in, and it caused you to be blindsided. But you're gonna basically kind of just go off on the deep end. Not deep end, but you're gonna like veer off path, like a path that was not laid out for you, by the way. This is not your path that you are steering off from, but it's someone else's expectations, and you're gonna kind of like find your own way. There's a song in The Lion King that this, like, find your own way is kind of like, oh my gosh, what's that song? I forget, but I think Hakuna Matata is definitely something that you're gonna be needing to do. But another thing that is coming up is that, you know how like Simba was just kind of like finding his own way when he was a kid, and he was just kind of like seeing things as they were, but not really, because he was blindsided by, you know, his love for his family and stuff like that. But he was still brave enough to you know, go out and venture off. He just didn't really know the full picture and stuff. Yeah, you're gonna kind of be in this situation, I feel like, in terms of like if you don't release that belief. But I feel like you are going to do that, in the sense that you're going to veer off path from what you are going, like from what you've known in the past, and figure out your new truth. This is really what's going on. I feel like you're just gonna find, like, this month is about truth for you, especially during this Virgo season. You're seeing a lot of, like, Mercury is going to be your friend. Is going to expose, it's going to come with receipts, and it's going to come with good stories and stuff. So, but once that you like learn something from, it's going to come with lessons. So be prepared for all of that. We have 9 here, which is a beginning. Sorry, not a beginning, an end. I don't know why it's a beginning. Because yeah, you're going to have this beginning. So you have 9 and then a beginning, which is very beautiful for you. Let's see what this Oracle card, whatever card pops out, is going to say for you. Destiny. This could be like the start of your fool's journey. You might have needed like this background. You know how like every character has like sort of like a background story? Yeah, this seems like it's your background story, and you're starting off on a new journey. Like you're starting off on your like main character exhibition, like your main character era, and I love that for you. But this is going to be like not you just like being reckless and stuff, even though this card is like pointing towards like just like a more playful, like more carefree kind of like personality that you're going to have, or feeling that you're going to exude. It's giving like you're gonna start living your purpose and living for yourself wholeheartedly. And if you ever need help with that, you know I got the hookup. So I am going to specifically recommend that you take one of my courses or programs, or at least speak with me one-on-one about you know, any sort of like coaching or guidance that you need. Specifically, I'm going to extend this offer for you. So just DM me on like Instagram or anything like that. You can email me, email specifically joe@jojobaastudios.com, because this is going to be something for you that's life-changing, and you need to take this energy that you will have at the end of the month, and you need to run with it, because here we have like Jupiter, and you are going to be very, very like everything's going to fall into place, but you got to know how to play your cards right, you know, and stuff. And you need to really hone in on what your purpose is, and really discover who you are during this time, and how you're going to just live your truth, live your purpose, and, you know, fulfill your own destiny and fulfill your own like hopes, dreams, ambitions, and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to extend that to you because that's what's coming up. And yeah, you need to root yourself again, but also this kind of like looks kind of like a world within a world, like, you know, like Horton Hear the Who and stuff. It's very much giving like you are not as insignificant as you think you are. And you do have a purpose. You are here for a reason, and you need to explore that reason. You need to, you know, start doing your life's work here and now. Please focus on your ancestors during this time, or connecting to your roots, because it's going to be crucial for you, and it's going to really help with that identity crisis that you're going through, or just like any sort of like identity trouble that you're going through. And yeah, that's your message. So thank you so much for listening, and if you need anything more in depth, please book a reading with me below. And yeah, I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. So thank you again for listening to me and sitting with me for this reading for you. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Again, if you need anything more, like any sort of more clarity on anything that I said, or you feel as though something connects but you're just not sure what it is in your life currently, please book a reading with me. I highly encourage you to do so, not only for my own benefit but for yours as well. And yeah, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you for real. Thank you so much for allowing me to give you this message. Every single one of you has such a powerful message, and I'm really getting emotional right now because like I am just so glad and so happy to be able to give you this gift from the bottom of my heart. It really doesn't cost a thing for you to do that. So please, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and let me know if this resonates with you in the comments. I really truly hope it does, and if anything, I hope that you get what you need out of this I don't know, this reading, this pick a card, or pick a deck. So thank you again so much for watching, and all my social media links will be down in the description. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.